A very short introduction. I'm even close to. I got a text off. That was about it. Happy Sunday morning. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers listening. I hope your day is going well. I'm feeling discouraged, a little discouraged today. I'll get through it. It's just problems. It's problems. You know, I really do everything that I can to make things better. Sometimes I wonder if I wonder. Anyway, okay. That's not for here today. That's why I'm being kind of off and on about it. But today we're going to be talking about a measure of humility, or what we call the gift of desperation. This is what we're talking about when we first get into the program. We're going to be in the 12 by 12 on page 75. It looks like 12 by 12. Step 7. Good old step 7, where we deal with getting towards God's perfection. So humility is I believe, the principle behind step 7. Let's look real quick because I'm curious. Yep, humility. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't lying, because that's what that would have been, a lie. So okay, I'm going to start on the middle of page 74. I got to do introductions here. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Hi, Patricia. I heard yes, so I went live yesterday. And right from the Daily Trudge, and it was still crap. It was just as bad. Actually, it was worse. Chats were not coming up. It didn't tell me you were here. Nothing. Okay. I don't know what it is, why Facebook is doing it, but it is. So it's unfortunate, but I don't know what to do. In order for me to fix it, it's going to cost me $150 a month, and I don't have that. I don't have it. So, all right. So we're going to do what we can with what we have to work with, even though it's a little discouraging. We can, we can be discouraged and still walk through our day. So, but when we have taken a square look at some of these defects, have discussed them with another person, and have become willing to have them removed, our thinking about humility commences to have a wider meaning. So, the gift of desperation doesn't just come for drinking, but is where it starts. That's where our humility starts. Understanding that, gosh, we may need some help, you know, um, that we may need some help. And why do we call it the gift of desperation? Because it feels like we need to become desperate enough as an alcoholic to even try the program. Okay. The gift of desperation would be your bottom. Okay. I do not deal in rock bottoms because it doesn't exist. It isn't there. I just found one trapdoor after another till I decided that my behavior was no longer acceptable. Okay, not just my drinking, but all of my behavior. By this time, in all probability, we have gained some measure of release from our more devastating handicaps. Like the release from, well, it says a release from care, boredom, and worry. Those are big ones. Boredom can kill an alcoholic, man. It can. Try not to get bored. I used to get bored very easy. So thankfully I'm a Gen X kid, so I know how to entertain myself fairly easily. All right. Let's go play in the dirt or something. Something. But they say that idle hands are the devil's playground. So let's try and stay busy. What are some of the other ghosts or handicaps? Our anger, manipulation, understanding that. I think probably the biggest thing that makes an effect is that when we understand that our drinking is affecting other people, because that's the biggest denial I've found so far. In my experience, when I talk to people, they usually say, I didn't realize my drinking was affecting my family so much. And that's usually where we get that gift of desperation from. It's where I got mine. We enjoy moments in which there is something like real peace of mind. And these might come in the beginning, these are going to come in flashes, 10, 15 minutes. Right? But you'll get them and they will last longer. Like right now, even though I'm feeling the way that I feel, I do have a sense of peace of mind because I can see, there's some situations they suck, but I can see them for what they actually are. And I'm grateful for that. Okay. So I decided not to do something with me. And I know it is not the reason that they're telling me. I know it's not. I knew that they weren't going to do something with me when they left. You know how I knew? They didn't shake my hand. How I knew. Your actions will tell me everything. If you were happy to see me, you're going to shake my hand. You're going to say something. You're going to do something. Okay? And I didn't initiate it this time. So, all right. To those who have hitherto known only excitement, depression, or anxiety, in other words, to all of us, this newfound peace is a priceless gift. Yes, excitement, depression, or anxiety, there's a reason excitement's in there. Okay, excitement can kill alcoholics. Okay, just got a promotion, party time. Excitement can come in the form of it's 90 degrees and the Eagles come on the radio. That's enough excitement for this alcoholic to drink just because I feel good. Okay, I relapsed more times because I felt good than I did because something bad was going on. Yep. So what it comes down to is any emotion overdone for an alcoholic is bad. Doesn't matter if the emotion is a quote unquote good emotion. Any emotion overdone. Happiness is not the goal. Balance is. Balance is the goal. It was a priceless gift. Something new indeed had been added. Where humility had formerly stood for force feeding on humble pie, it now begins to mean a nourishing agreement which can give us serenity. See, it's our attitude that changes that. It's our perception, it's our intention that changes that. This improved perception of humility starts to look like a revolutionary change in our outlook. Our eyes begin, okay? This is where the eyes start to shine. Our eyes begin to open the immense values which have come straight out of the painful ego puncturing. Till now, our lives have been largely devoted to running from pain and problems. We fled from them as from a plague. We never wanted to deal with the fact of suffering. Escape via the bottle was always our solution. Character building through suffering might be all right for saints, but it certainly didn't appeal to us. The suffering, man. Yeah, there's going to be suffering. How long you choose to hold on to that suffering is going to be up to you, though. Okay? But there is a certain amount of sacrifice and things that are arduous, which means it's hard. If this was easy, everybody would have done it already. Right? It was easy and simple and took 2 clicks, everybody would have done it. But the problem is we all live in this instant world and we think everything's going to come now. We think we think that we can actually make things happen quicker. Oh, you can't. You don't have the power of time. I can't control time. Okay? When you do things in God's time, it just works out better. Like today, somebody, they decide not to do something. I've got to come up with something else. It just means God has a different and better plan than the one I have. That's what that means. Am I disappointed? Sure I am. I'm a human. So, does that mean I'm going to get mad at this person? No. No. According to him, he's following his gut feeling. And guess what? I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that. Okay. So, his feelings are valid. Are feelings facts? No. But his feelings are valid. Okay. Just because I'm disappointed about a situation does not allow me to be a dick. Okay? I don't get to be a jerk because I'm not getting what I want. There it is. Okay? That's why I'm not that upset about it. Because I realize it's something that I want, not something that I need. Okay. Until now, our lives have been largely devoted from running pain. We fled from we never wanted to deal with the facts of suffering. Escape via the bottle was always a solution. I already read all that. Then in AA, we looked and listened. Everywhere we saw failure and misery transformed by humility into priceless assets. We heard story after story how humility had brought strength out of weakness. In every case, pain had been the price of admission into a new life. But this admission price had purchased more than we expected. It brought a measure of humility, which we soon discovered to be the healer of pain. We began to fear pain less and desire humility more than ever. There's so much in there. So we stopped. We finally stopped We made it to AA and we stopped. We looked and we listened. And we listened to these people laugh joyously at their failures. And not only did they laugh, but we got to join in on the laughter. We were laughing at somebody else's expense. No, we're not. That's not why we're laughing. We're laughing because we escaped together. Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. Because we made it. We're laughing because that person overcame something big, and it's beautiful. And it's okay to laugh at it. I did silly things before. Okay. But I saw these people that came in and they had done really, really crappy things, and they started to admit them and turn their lives around. And then they took those crappy things and started to use it to show me that life could be better. And when other people were utilizing their snakes to show me that life was better, I could trust them more. Because I knew that they were being honest with me. See how that brings you in? Okay. So we saw it transformed. And then what happens? We want it for ourselves. We see the relief. And then we want it ourselves. We're an addictive personality that wants to feel better. Hello. You can have, there's relief, man. There is relief. Right? There, absolutely. Okay. Pain had been the price of admission into a new life. It's going to hurt. It is going to hurt emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and it may even hurt a little physically. It might. Okay. But this is the price of the admission for being reborn. We got to kill off the old self. Sounds pretty dramatic, because kind of is. It kind of is. All right, one more paragraph and then the reading will wrap it up. During this process of learning more about humility, the most profound result of all was in the change of our attitude toward God, or in our change in our attitude at all. Okay? You know, there's been a lot. It's been a decent week, but there's been a lot of things that have happened this week where the best way to put it is to say, I was allowed to give grace this week. So I just gave it. Why not? I don't know that it's grace, really. Yeah, I mean, can I give grace? I don't know. That sounds kind of egotistical to me. You know, so, but for lack of a better word, Kitten, what are you doing? And this was true whether we had been believers or unbelievers. We began to get over the idea that the higher power was sort of a bush league pinch hitter to be called upon only in emergencies. The notion that we could still live our own lives, God helping us a little now and then, began to evaporate. Many of us who thought ourselves religious awoke to the limitations of this attitude. Refusing to place God first, we had deprived ourselves of his help. But now the words, of myself I am nothing, the Father doeth the work, began to carry a bright promise and meaning. Yeah. Yes, they are the blessings. They're right. Thank you, Patricia. I was looking for the right word. There it is. I figured somebody would come up with it. Figured somebody would come. Oh, sorry, I gotta get in this good stretch. It was calling to me. Ugh. All right. It was painful to give up trying to control my life. Yeah, it was. It was the only thing I knew. I was taught to do that. Actually, I didn't have a choice. I had to raise myself. I had to feed myself. Okay. I may not have a lot of tools and stuff, but I'm actually a pretty handy person. Half the stuff in this house is rigged. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It was either learn to adapt or die. So here we are. All right. Even though success eluded me and when life got too rough, I drank to escape. Accepting life on life's terms will be mastered through the humility I experience when I turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand Him. With my life in God's care, fear and uncertainty and anger are no longer my response to those portions of life that I would rather not have happen to me. The pain of living through these times will be healed by the knowledge that I have received spiritual strength to survive. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope you have a great Father's Day. Trying to decide whether I'm going out today or not. Probably not. So, don't relax. All right. All right. Thank you for being here. I love you. Peace out.